Hi, welcome to Kolor-Craft. Please permit me to show you how it works. To begin, this is how the icon of the application looks like. And when it is installed on your device, you are going to surely have this icon somewhere among your applications. So all you need to do is to locate it and click on it. The app will open and bring you to this page where you see colors, the colors tab highlighted first. If you have previously saved any colors, they will be listed in here, else it will be empty as it is now. So what you will need to do is click on this button with a plus icon on it, and you will notice that two more buttons will appear above it, one having a camera icon and the other having an image icon. For color detection, you are going to have to click on this one with the camera icon and then click allow to grant Kolor-Craft permissions to take pictures with your camera for color detection. Once you grant the permission, or if it was already granted, it wouldn't be asked again. So the camera preview will open up, and then in it you will notice that you'll be seeing a picture of the object in front of you. And then there is this central square that is brighter than the rest of the areas of the picture. That is where the color detection is occurring. So point it to the area of your image with the color that you want. As you move the camera around, the color is being detected. Colors are being detected and then previewed on this rectangle, rounded corner rectangle at the top here. That is what shows the color that you are currently focusing on. Down towards the bottom of the screen, you will notice this other button. Yes, it is used to flip the camera between the front and the back camera. Yes, if you wanted to take something on the selfie side or on the other end of the camera, use this to flip. Okay, use this button with the minus icon to zoom out. That means to move the image away on the camera preview. That means making it further away from you. Then you can use this plus button to zoom in. That means bring the image closer to the camera or zooming in on the lens to see it more clearly. Then there is this flash button which you use to toggle the flash. That means put on or off the flash so that you can use it for detecting colors in a darker environment. Yes, a flash can lighten up things. Once you have detected the color that actually appeals to you, then click on this other button at the top beside the color preview with a tick button on it. Click on it. You will see two more buttons and the preview will freeze the color. Yes, it will freeze on the current color. This button with the save icon on it permits you to save the color. And if you click on this other button with the edit icon or pen icon, it will open this color editing dialog. Yes, with your color already on it for you to modify into any other color you want. On the color editing dialog, you can notice this argb. Yes, A is alpha or transparency, R is red, G is green, and B is blue. Yes, you can modify any of these channels using these sliders against it into a different color or a better color of your own choice. Once you are done, click on this button to save your color. Once your color is saved, you will notice it listed here. And this will be the conclusion of our color detection exercise. The next thing we will do is to extract colors found on the images on your device. So for that to happen, you will need to click on this button with an image icon on it. Once you do, you will also need to grant Kolor-Craft access to your files if you have not already granted. So all you need to do is to click on allow. Once that happens, your gallery is opened. That means any location with your images will be opened based on your previous activity with the app. Then you are going to have to pick an image, let's say this one. The image will be brought into the application and all the colors found in it will be extracted and then listed horizontally on this list. Go through the list and clicking on each color, and once you do, it will fill up the whole space in the background for you to see it very well. Click on this button once you come across a color that pleases you to save it. If you meet a color closer to the one you needed, which is not actually exactly the color, then click on this other button and edit it like we demonstrated with the camera detection. Yes, once you click on this, you will have the option to edit it and change it to another color before saving it. If for some reason the image you clicked on was not the one you intended to and you want to go back to your gallery, just click on this other button and then it will take you back to the gallery and you will repeat the whole cycle again. Extract the colors, list them here, you preview them, and then you save the ones that are okay for you and modify the ones that are not exactly what you want. So all through your activity this while, all the colors you have saved will be listed here in their number. So this concludes our aspect of color extraction from images. Detecting colors on real objects around you with the camera, extracting colors from images saved on your device, that is good. But if your imagination is that powerful, then you can also just design. Yes, so to design colors, you will need to come to this design tab, and here you will notice 3 check boxes and each of them is labeled. The first one is argb, which means alpha, red, green and blue. The second one is hex, which is a hexadecimal representation of that argb value. Then the last one is hsla, which means hue, saturation, luminance and alpha. And in all the cases, alpha is a representation of the transparency found in the color, how transparent the color is. So each time you click on one of these checks, like let's say argb, the color detected will be displayed here, its name will be displayed, and then the code displayed under it will be in that argb format. So alpha will in that family is going to range from 0 to 255. Red, green and blue are going to vary in the same way from 0 to 255. When you will go to hex, it is going to range from 0 to ff. That means hexadecimal, yes, from 0 to ff. Then when you go to hue, saturation and luminance and alpha, hue varies from 0 to 360, saturation varies from 0 to 100, luminance varies from 0 to 100, and alpha too. Alpha also varies from 0 to 100. Apart from these checkboxes and their sliders, you have this input field. Yes, that input field can take various kinds of color names or color codes. So you can type in any of the colors, that means any of the 147 web color names here. You can see red, green, cyan or anything that is found in the 147 web color list. If you specify it here, it is going to automatically get detected for you, and then the color will be displayed. You can also input the color code in the form of argb, that means argb and the values in bracket. You can also input the RGB color code, it will be detected or recognized. hsla, it will be detected and recognized. hsl without the alpha, it will still be detected and recognized. Or you can just specify the hex code, that means the one that starts with the hash and hexadecimal values. Yes, if you were to specify any of those colors in this input field, that color will be detected or recognized and then displayed for you. So in this color design, you can also use that to your advantage. So during your design process, each time you arrive at a color that looks appealing to you, yes, you can click on this save button at any point to save it for future use. Yes, if you see a color that you will constantly want to use, you can save it. I believe that's the basics under color design. Yes, so let us move on to another thing. And that next thing will be the generation of color palettes. Yes, we call it a palette. If you swipe to this palette tab and then click on this button, you're going to get an option to pick a color. Yes, here you specify the color you need and then click on this button with a tick on it. The color will be previewed here on this rounded corner rectangle, then followed by a list of 14 colors that make up the palette. Yes, the palette here is a list of 14 colors that closely resemble that color, different shades of that particular color that you have chosen. So you will find them listed here, and then you can click on any of them in this list. Once you do, you're going to see more details about it, and then you're going to choose whether you will edit it by clicking this edit button with the pen icon on it, or share it with someone, or save it. Yes, so we already saw how to edit colors. Yes, we clicked on edit when we were detecting colors with a camera. Yes, it follows the same procedure. Sharing this color will mean that you convert this view of it into an image, and then you can send to anybody using any of the image sharing applications. Let's say WhatsApp, Gmail, Bluetooth, or you can even just download it onto your storage. Yes, you can just download it if you take to share with files. Yes, there's a files application, and then to save it, I think it goes without say once you click it, it is saved alongside your other colors. So the next thing we will also need to see on this palette page is this button with this rounded arrow on it. Yes, if you click on that button, it is going to generate or give or propose a palette to you that is ready-made and saved in the application. Yes, each time you click on it, it will generate a new palette so that you can have ideas about colors. It can help you to suggest a color to use. So each time you click on it, you see a list of palette colors here, and the same thing applies. Click on any one of them and then choose whether to edit and save the color or to just share the color. The next thing you might want to do with Kolor-Craft under this harmony page, once you swipe there, you will click this to pick a color just like you did under the palette section. Once you click a color, the color will be previewed here, and then you will have to pick a harmony on this list. Yes, in the list you can see complementary, split complementary, monochromatic, analogous, triadic, and tetradic. These are 6 here. Once you pick a harmony from that list, let's say tetradic, it will give you a 4 color combination of the color teal. Yes, we selected the color teal. So the app suggests, based on the tetradic color harmony, that indigo, this shade of indigo, maroon, and olive, they can go well together. That is what we mean by harmony. They can do well together. So these are 4 colors of the teal harmony. Yes, 4-color harmony of the teal color. And then you can click on any of them. Let's say this indigo shade, and then still have the option to edit it. Yes, you can edit it before sharing, before saving. You can share it with someone, and then you can also just save it as it is. Finally, one last thing we can do with Kolor-Craft is the calculation of contrast ratio between two colors. Yes, how well two colors can do well together to communicate information displayed on it. Let's say the background and then the text color. Yes, there's a color contrast ratio that can be calculated between two such colors. Then also the possibility to mix two colors to have a third color. So you will need to swipe to this compute tab, which is the last on the tab list. Once you swipe to that, click on this first speaker button. Yes, select a color just the same way we did under palette and under harmony. Then the next thing you will have to do is to click on the second one and also select a color. So the first color is the foreground color, and then the second color is the background color. Once that happens, click on this button to calculate the contrast ratio between the two colors, and the results obviously will be displayed down here. For instance, the contrast ratio is 4.58:1. Yes, that is good enough. The minimum contrast ratio for at least Google applications accessibility checks is 4.5:1. This is 4.58, which passes the test. Yes, that will be it about contrast ratio calculation. Then the next thing you might want to do is to click on this button with the plus icon. If you click on it, it is going to merge the two colors. So you're noticing that if you merge that first color, which is like orange or coral or salmon, and then that smoke white, the next color background below it, if you mix those two colors, these are the results that you get. And then once they are mixed, if you click on this save button, what is going to get saved is this resulting color. Yes, you can click that then to save the color. Yes, and that concludes our operations on Kolor-Craft. It's worth noting though that during the detection, extraction and design of colors, they are identified by an exact name or as a shade of a particular known color. Yes, you can remember that sometimes it is either called indigo shade or indigo or salmon or something. Yes, it is either a shade. That means a name is given to a color, and if the color doesn't match an exact color, it is going to be a shade of some known color. So you can always get a color name from this application. Specify the color and you'll get a name for it. Another thing we also noted or could notice during the use of the application is that each color can be modified, yes, into a new one. Say under the palette colors, under the design view, even when the colors have been saved, you can actually click on any color and then modify it into another color. Then we also notice that, or as you will notice, that each of these colors saved already, you can click on them, and when you did, you saw edit, share, and then delete instead. Yes, each color can be deleted individually, or if you want to delete multiple colors or all the colors that you have saved, you will just need to long press on a particular color, and then this dialog with all the colors and check boxes against them will be brought up. You can click on this check select all checkbox, which will select all the colors for deletion. or you can just move around and click on the colors that you want deleted, and the check boxes against them will become checked. And then once you are done selecting the colors you want, for instance 4 out of 13 colors have been selected here for deletion, so when you click delete, they will all be deleted on a go. So that will be a batch deletion of the colors. The next thing you might want to do, please don't forget this one. These 3 vertical dots at the top right of the application, click on it to see more about the application, more options found in the application. Yes, we don't have space to put all of them visibly. So when you click on it, you will see this menu view. Yes, and in it you have user guide, privacy policy, share app, and rate app. Yes, to see how the application works. I believe that is what you click to get here. If not, you should know that that is where you should click to get to this video that demonstrates how the application works. The privacy policy will take you to our web page that concern our policies and rules on how we manage your data. Yes, in this case, no data is collected from you, but each time developers collect application from users, there's a way that data is being used or stored or handled. Yes, that is where you see our policies concerning such data. To share the app, which I would really encourage you to do. Yes, if you click on this, it will give you the possibility to send the download link of this application to your friends. Yes, if this app helps you, allow it to help your friends too. I know that you can just share it through Bluetooth or Xender, but please make sure you send it so that your friends can download it. Yes, the way applications are uploaded to Play Store now, the best option of sharing is through a download rather than through other applications. Then finally, if there's something you need to be done about this application, something you want to modify, something you want to get better, just click on this rate application. It takes you to Play Store where you give us a rating of your own choice based on how pleased you are with the application, and then the possibility to give us a review. Tell us what you think about the app. Yes, take rate app is last option and it will get you there. Please, I'm looking forward for your review. Don't just sit quiet. Let me know what you think and how you feel about the application. It is very, very important to us. Thank you very much for choosing to use Kolor-Craft. I wish you a wonderful experience.